Judge, today's case is Angry Man.
Thank you. Today, I have two young people, yards and yards of anger, and one little girl. Let's see what I can do to help her.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Justice Gray and Kadaveion Walker. The two of you are both 23, young'uns. And you've been together for 2.5 years and you have one child together. Or so you suppose, because Mr. Walker, you're concerned that the child's skin color indicates that it might not be yours. So we gave the child and you a DNA test, and we have the results of that as well. Ms. Gray, you're also asking for reimbursement for patio glass broken during anger. We'll get to that momentarily. But before we do, Ms. Gray, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why we're here today?
Yes, Your Honor. Today we're here because pretty much Kadavieon anger is unmatched. It's pretty much every time we get into a feud or argument, anything that we disagree on, we always have to end it like with the result. We never get to a conclusion. It's always just anger. It results into physical things, not so much as him putting his hands on me, but breaking things. Like one time,
give me some stories. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. So we actually got into an argument about something, and I like to cool off. I'm not the type of person I want to speak right then. I want to cool off first because I know things get heated if you talk right then at that moment. So I went outside to my car. I tried to actually go up the road for a moment, and he ran outside. He jumped in front of the car, and I had to stop on my brakes. When I did stop on my brakes, he came to my side of the car, and he tried to open the door, but it was locked, so he pulled that door handle off.
Mr. Walker, did that occur?
Yes, ma'am, that did.
What were you so upset about?
When it comes to arguments, some arguments I believe could be handled right then and there because it could be so small, and I like to talk things out because my trust issues, I don't know where she's going or what she's going to do while she's mad, so I'm quickly trying to calm everything down to where
breaking off door handles typically doesn't calm anything down.
Well,
you're talking about it as if you're trying to coordinate a rational response to something when I think you're just hot. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. Well, after so long, after I notice she's not trying to talk things out, I will get mad because the situation could be so small and it may not be even that big, so I get mad at the fact that she's taking it this far to having to leave and go somewhere and just not knowing what she's doing.
I think that what brings it to those type of situations, I think he gets so upset when I don't talk to him right then in that moment. He would even get to the point like he's pinned me down. I've had while I was pregnant, about 6 months pregnant. He's pinned me down to the bed. You know, he forcefully having me talk directly to him in the heat of that moment. Don't have no idea exactly what it was, but I mean, like he said, they are very small things. It could be extremely small, but the thing is, he wants me to talk right then in that moment.
Give me some more examples of small things that have caused big problems.
Okay, I actually brought an audio here. It's a recording.
Okay.
You need to stop cursing and acting like a psycho in front of your daughter. I'm not. You are because you don't have no self-control. You can't control your emotions. You cannot control the words that's coming out of your mouth. You cannot control yourself. You need to leave. You need to leave.
That was more damning of you than him. I hardly heard anything he said.
Thank you.
Do you believe that she instigates all of these instances, or do you? How do you think these come about? Tell me a story.
She doesn't instigate them. She would say that most of our arguments start because of me, and it would just be she doesn't get loud till I just try so hard to talk about it. That's when she gets loud. I'll come at her with a calm mindset, trying to talk things out, and she's like, you know what? You really need to shut up and just leave me alone. And
when you come at her with a calm demeanor, is she already upset?
it's depending on how long I try to press the issue. I could be calm for so long, and then she was like, you know what, just leave me alone, you're acting like a female, and then it go from there, because I continue
Leave
to try
me
to talk
alone,
about
you're
it.
acting like a female.
Yes, ma'am. And for instance, she will wake up and instead of a good morning, why you didn't take the trash out? Why is all this trash still in here? Or I would be at work and I would text her, good morning, beautiful, enjoy your day, God bless. And she would call me and be like, it's the first of the month. Why aren't the bills paid? What's going on? You worried about a good morning, this and that. You tell me that every morning. It's the first of the month.
Right,
Text me something
I
like that.
do that because when, he tends to, like, he'll text me or he'll call me and just have a conversation like everything's okay. And I look, rent due, bills here, trash full, like responsibilities that we agree on, like that he does, and I do my portion of the household, he does his portion. Sometimes things aren't done. That caused me to be angry and upset because I'm like, why isn't this taken care of?
But who wakes up like that?
Sometimes I give him the benefit of the doubt.
Who wakes up like
and
that?
I cut him some slack, but at the same time, it's like, come on, we grown, we young adults. We supposed to be doing better than we're doing. And I don't like how he handled things.
It's like no matter what happens, I will wake up with a good mood and she just wake up like the devil done woke her up or something. I just don't get it. Like, it's just crazy how...
Give me some more stories. There was a story about a Google search.
Okay, so when he gets upset, he will Google exactly how he said, he will Google why is she waking up in the morning angry. He will go, I found that. He Googles everything. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. He will Google and say what Google said. I'm like, are you serious?
The internet has all the information, so I'm looking. I'm trying to figure it out.
What happened when you called and asked about the nails?
I went home to my mom's and I've come back and there's another guy in there, so I'm just trying to avoid that again.
Did you do that?
We were separated.
For a day.
I went to get my nails done one day. I have a personal nail tech, so sometimes he stayed later for me. This was after business hours, of course. I'm telling him, Kadaveion, I'm at the nail shop. You know where I'm at, and we have locations on each other's phones. So he see where I am.
So you can track each other at all
Yes.
times.
Everywhere I'm at.
Yes,
Everywhere.
both ways. We both see where each other are. So he calls me, and I'm steady declining because at this point I'm like, okay, you're going overboard with this, and this goes back into his insecurity and his anger. He calls, we hear the phone ringing in the nail salon, ring. I'm like, okay, I notice him because obviously they're closed, nobody's calling. And then I text him and I say, I just know you just called, so we're at the nail shop. I'll be home in a few minutes. This boiled down to when I got home, he ended up getting arrested.
What happened?
When I got home, he was just going off. I was telling him, you know what, you need to calm down. We need to calm down and we need to discuss this later. I didn't say it exactly like that. I was like, no, I'm not talking right now. That was pretty much my attitude towards
Well,
it.
what were you upset about?
I want to say she thought that I might have disagreed with her getting her nails done, and I was texting her, and I believe she took the message wrong. I was actually agreeing, yes, baby, you can go get your nails done. I will take care of that. And she would text me back. I remember that same day, the reason why we were arguing, she texted me back. She was like, you never do anything for me, and I'm just tired of this. I'm going to the nail shop. So as she comes home, she's still mad at me. While she was at the nail shop and I was calling, she was already mad. So she comes home and I'm trying to talk to her in a calmly manner first, and it doesn't work out. And as she's getting mad because I'm steady pressing the issue like I always do, she's like, I'm going to call the police because I don't want you to be here.
Can I ask you this? You said I'm steady pressing the issue, as I always do, and it never works out. Why do you continue to do it?
It's my insecurities. I just don't know, because when she's like, just leave, just go to your mom's house. I mean, I've come home. I went home to my mom's and I've come back and there's another guy in there. So I'm just trying to avoid that again.
Did you do that?
We were separated.
For a day.
For a day.
We were not separated. Now, let me tell you about that situation. So
Please.
pretty much, prior to me actually getting pregnant, okay, I actually was talking to someone else at that time prior to meeting him. Okay. What he's failing to mention is 3-4 months, all the way into 6 months, Kadaveion was not with us. You know, he wasn't in our lives or nothing like that. He completely disregarded everything towards me and our daughter. Okay. Whenever everything boiled down again and we separated, I pretty much thought it was going to be that same thing. Him not returning my phone calls, not answering, blocking me on social media, the phone call. So I was like, okay, I'm not going through this again this time. I'm not pregnant. Nothing's holding me back. I'm finna do what I want to do this time. Nothing was going on. We just were both in the same
place
at the same time. So
let me ask you this: where were you when you ghosted for those 3 or 4 months when your little girl was that young?
Well, actually, while she was pregnant, that's when I was gone. When she had
And why were you gone?
At the time, I was talking to someone else that the pregnancy wasn't planned, and I met someone in college.
it wasn't planned, but he asked me to have his child.
She was already pregnant
That doesn't
after
make it
that.
right, but he asked me to have his child while I was pregnant. We just did not know. But
Yeah.
he said it wasn't planned.
Why did you ask her to have your child?
I believe it was just an in-the-moment thing. It was so good.
I said no.
You guys are all about a relationship that isn't really a firm, solid relationship. If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. Were you actively engaged in doing things to keep from getting pregnant?
No.
Why don't you think this baby's yours?
Well, when she was first had the baby, I want to say maybe a week or two after that, we got into a fight because...
Look at your baby. Oh, too cute for words. Go ahead, why don't you think it?
So, during that time that I was away for maybe 2 weeks or so, her best friend that is now deceased called me, and she was like, I know you guys aren't together, but I want to tell you this. When you first met her, around the time that she got pregnant, there were 4 different guys that were in and out that apartment at the time that you were coming. You would leave, and another guy would come. They were all my color, and I was like, okay, thanks for telling me that. So now I'm like, I really don't want to go through with all of this if that's not my baby.
It was never no multiple guys coming. If it was only friends. It was nobody that I was actually seeing or dating.
I gotcha. What's going on in the house that leads you to believe that he's not emotionally connected?
Well, like whenever I had her about 2 weeks after she was born, we actually separated then. Whenever we separated then, when he went to his parents, and this is why I feel like he's a mama's boy. He went to his parents, and he always confided in his mom. And I have no problem with that. It's just the energy. I feel like, we are adults. I expect you to speak with your mom, have that relationship with her, because how he treats her give me, how he'll give me.
But I want to know why you think he's emotionally disconnected with the baby.
Okay, so he went to put himself on child support, and now he can't get off. So
at that point in life, I was done.
And I feel like at that point he was just going to completely just say, okay, well, to hell with us, basically, and just leave us. And then so even to this point, he did that, yes. And then to this point, I just still don't feel like he actually caters to her. Like he do more for me than he do for her, and I do not understand it.
Do you feel emotionally disconnected from the baby?
I don't at all. I love my daughter to death. There is nothing in this world that I wouldn't do for my daughter, and she's my twin. She brings me happiness when I'm down. She's funny. I believe that Like, sometimes she would say, you never play with her or you're not playing with her enough.
Now, look up, turn to your right, do the right thing.
I'm sorry that I had doubts.
99.99999.
99.99999.8%. That is his kid. Listen, I'm gonna fuss at both of you. And I'm gonna have a good time doing it too. You two are 23 years old, 2 days past born. You fooling around out there having a baby when you're not even mature enough to handle a rational relationship. You're immature, you're emotional, you're disconnected. You don't even try. I don't understand this not trying to get pregnant, not trying to not get pregnant business. I don't get that. You're so insecure that he can't look up, and that if he doesn't look up, you're so insecure that anything the other one does is a reason to lose your mind. Absolutely crazy. You guys are all about a relationship that isn't really a firm, solid relationship. It's, well, we're on a break, so I'm going to say, you know, he's been gone for 5 hours, let me get another dude. You know, it's just, there is no maturity in it. There's no layers to your life. I wrote a book called Dear Sonali, Letters to the Daughter I Never Had, and it's for 20-year-old women talking about a layered life. See how thick this book is? The relationship part is only this much. This is what it's about to be a young woman. This is about profession and emotion and career and education and getting it together so that whether or not a guy is in your life, it won't matter to you anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? It won't feel like life or death if he looks up at a Hooters and looks and sees a boob. It won't kill you. And you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Never, ever in life put your hands on a woman in anger. In life. You can't hit him either.
I don't.
If what you're doing isn't working, cut it out. Clearly, if she's upset, you pressing in the issue in real time does not help. It doesn't resolve anything. Be mature enough to say, okay, she's not ready to talk about it. I'll talk about it later. That's what that is.
Okay.
And remember, all the chaos you create continues to swirl about the home and lands right smack in your daughter's head. If you want a young daughter who's hysterical, upset, unsure, insecure, keep it up. Keep it up. Or you could grow up. You want $100 for the patio glass that you broke in anger. You're gonna give her that $100, aren't you? Yep. $100 in favor of Ms. Gray, it is so ordered.
We got a lot of advice. What happens next? You guys are young, got a lot to look forward to. What's now? What happens now?
We're going to continue to work on ourselves before we move into any further engagement plans or with our wedding and everything, but we're going to work on this and probably get some counseling back home.
You saw what's on that paper there. 9999999. Peace of mind or what? How do you feel?
I feel great about it. Everybody that thought different, they now know.